Y'all, can we be honest about the fact that some of us wait a little too long for our ducks to be in a row before we cross the street? Because I feel like when I'm honest with myself, most of my life I operated in fear and just labeled it wisdom because I was afraid of doing the wrong thing. So I opted to do nothing. And that's no way to live, y'all. Like, we cannot be over here waiting until we are sure of every step we're going to take before we take a single one. But valuing excellence and thinking that you can achieve excellence while also escaping error is a myth. Go ahead and get a head start on them mistakes and them lessons so you can learn what you need to learn and develop the way you need to develop. Cut it out. Love you.
Morning! I am about to start my day, but I promised myself I would film today and just take my own advice. So I wanted to switch the camera on so that I initiate the filming, so that it's not just something that's like I need to start filming and that I start filming. I'm starting my day. I've already done a large part of my morning routine. I didn't want to show you that because I, keeping some things to myself. Or that it's not interesting. I don't know. I had my tea. I did my morning pages. I did some reading. I'm reading a book called The Artist's Way, and it's currently wrecking my life. Like, anyone who's talked to me in the last 2 months has probably heard me rave about this book. I feel like I'm turning into an evangelist of this book. Like, hey, have you heard of The Artist's Way? But I have one more thing to do on my morning routine. I have an app that helps me to remember everything. I've had this app for about a year, and maybe I'll make a separate video about it, but it essentially helps me stay on top of my life, routines, and schedule by just reminding me of what I need to do at each point. So from the moment I wake up, it just helps me, again, have everything in my face because of the amount of reminders, and it's just like, it's like a PA to some extent, but it has like all those things, like when I wake up, morning pages. Now that I've done my morning pages, I can tick wake up. Thank God we woke up. Morning pages are done. I have not meditated, but I also have not had my coffee. I had tea, but I'm ready. And then I'm gonna start work soon. But anyway, so this app helps me stay on top of things. So what I'm gonna do is do what this app tells me that I have not done. I'm gonna go meditate. I'm not gonna film that because for some reason I didn't film my morning routine, because I think everybody should, no, not everybody. I would like to not film those things because they're things I do for myself and not for others. And so I just thought it wouldn't be, I don't know if it would be genuine if I was filming it for others, but that's what I do. So I'm gonna meditate. I use an app called Calm, and what I've done with Calm is like I have the bare minimum expectation. Meditation's done. It was really, really good. It was a meditation about leaning into your peace, and to be quite honest, ever since I've been meditating this past 43 days, I literally can feel that I have more peace. Like, even when anxious thoughts happen, I'm just like, I can tell I am maybe even 10%, 5% happier than I was before I started doing this. And obviously, like most people, the reason I started doing this is because I was struggling with just feeling a sense of calm, peace, and just like struggling with managing anxiety, all of that stuff. And it's really, truly helped. And I think it's a whole separate video that I might make later on. But if you're looking to get into meditation, 10 out of 10 recommend. And so, yeah, now I'm gonna settle into my work day and start, being more productive.
Remember to have a good time, right? Sharing should be fun. Sharing the skills you, and if any of those things are not happening, something is not working and you need to correct it. So how to vlog. For me today, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you get out there and start vlogging. Take this video, smash it. If you so desire, which people have been
got my coffee. Pro tip, don't drink your coffee by pro. I learned this on TikTok, but not on TikTok, I knew this already, but it just reinforced the practice, which is don't drink coffee on an empty stomach. So I'm gonna have my cereal, and I love to read while I have my breakfast. Currently I'm reading this Bell Hooks. I'm almost at the end. I'm at that point where I'm like, I need to, like, when a book is ending, I always feel like towards the end, I'm just like, oh, you're gonna end soon. Especially because I've been really enjoying this. It's a classic. I mean, the whole world affirms that. And so yeah, if you're looking for a book to read, definitely read Bell Hooks, All About Love. Another book that I've mentioned before, this is the one I was talking about, The Artist's Way. And I think this book deserves a whole video of its own. So I've already read that, and so I am going to read this now quickly because I'm about to start work in like 5 minutes. So I don't got much time, and so let me eat. We don't compare our student films to George Lucas's student films. Instead, we compare them to Star Wars. And I feel like part of the just starting that is so hard to heed, as much as we all know it's good advice, and if it was that easy, so many of us wouldn't be so hung up on starting, is because we're often looking at others who are doing it on a larger scale, or looking at ourselves on the scale that we want to do it and thinking, I'm not there yet, and so like my work is never gonna be as good as what I see myself or what I see so and so. But guess what? If you never start, then you never give yourself the chance. And so I just realized that I've been robbing myself the opportunity to get started on things that I want to do just because I want all the ducks to be in a row and everything to be perfect. When, to be quite honest, perfection doesn't exist, and and what matters is like when I look back at some of my old work, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so imperfect, but what mattered in that moment was that I made that memory. I did the thing that I wanted to do, and because of that, I'll always have those things to look back, and I don't want to keep on looking back and wish that I documented or wish that I had made that thing. I just want to get back into the rhythm of making and sharing. Part of the struggle has also been visibility and the fear of being seen, which I think is like a shared thing among many people, and the thing that convinced me to finally take a jump, I was watching a video and this person said something about why they were asked, why is it that you make stuff, and they said, I just want there to be proof that I existed.
Because I just want proof of existence.
Okay.
That's all I want. I want you to know that I have a different perspective.
Okay.
It's mine, it's exclusive to what I do, it's exclusive to my people, and that's it.
And I felt that because when I think about documentation, my mind goes to my grandmother, who made it a point to take photos of herself, so much so that I take photos now because of her love for photos and just growing up around photos. But I look back now, she passed when I was very young, but her and I were very close. And I look back and I'm able to just be like, oh, when I miss her, I look at her albums. When I have questions about her life, I look at her photos and be like, oh, in this year you were here, and learn so much about her and what she stood for and what she's like as a person, just because she documented her life and she was proof. She left proof that she existed, and that matters to me as somebody who loves her, and one day maybe my loved ones will be looking for me, and I hope that they'll be able to find more about who I am and the things I stood for based on what I documented of myself. And even in this like modern era we're living in, where it's like documentation matters for ourselves but for others as well. And so in order to actually validate and let yourself be seen, it begs you to introspect and say, why should I be seen? What do I have to offer the world? And to be quite honest, lately I've just been like, I don't care if I have what I have to offer the world. What I know is that every day I want to show up authentically as myself, for myself and for others who get to share. But also that I know that my perspective matters, because I am online like so many of you guys, and so many of our perspective is lacking as like Malawian. Like I wish I saw more people like me. I wish it wasn't me making this video, it was somebody else. But I do want to contribute to the archive, because that's what documentation does, and that's important for me to start. You know, like that's important enough for me to stop overthinking and just start. So this is me taking my own advice and just starting. And I hope that if you're watching this and there's something that you've been wishing to start on, that you will see this as an invitation to just start. I'm gonna move on with the rest of my day and get some work done. My coffee is Mikango coffee, by the way, and it's super good. I don't always drink my coffee with milk, but today I thought, why not? You know, we're here. And I hope you have a good day and start. You know, I know somebody needs to hear this. Just start.